Well, if you're like me and you have lots of bits of card left over from different projects where you've cut them down, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to use them up and make something beautiful. Now, I'm going to strip these down into some nice size bookmarks, and you can put these on your craft stall for £1 each, or even sell them for charity or something like that, and I'm sure they'll go really well. You can make really long ones, you can make short ones, and it doesn't really matter what size you make. So I'm going to make 4 bookmarks, and with these bits I'm going to make just some backgrounds for some cards that I can use later on. I'm going to make them square, or as square as possible. I'll square them off, because obviously when I did these I didn't make them very square when I cut them. So if I square them off now, then I won't have to do any work to them later. And if you're like me, you never throw anything away. I've always got tons and tons of card left over from things where I cut things down or I make something new for it. And these are so cheap to buy as well, these little cutting things. And I've had this one several years, and to be honest, it hasn't at all blunted. So I've got all my pieces laid out now, and all I'm doing is taking my embossing ink pad and a stamp. And I can have a look and see which one I want to use. I'm going to do different ones probably on each one, so they're not all the same. This is a brand new set of stamps, so this is going to stick lovely to my block. So I've chosen that one, and a flower one looks really nice. And all I'm going to do is get that nicely embossed up, move that around on here like that, so it's all on there, and take some clear embossing powder and put that on as well. And then pour that off. I don't know if that's coming out on the camera. Don't think it is, but don't worry, it will as soon as you've finished this stage. I'm going to do probably another one of those, a little bit thicker. And as you can see, I'm not actually trying to get the whole thing on. I'm just moving it around on there. And again, put my embossing powder on. Yep, that's stuck on there really well. And then put that to one side. I've had enough with that stamp, so I'm going to take that one off. You can work like a little production line on these. You don't have to keep heating them up and doing them all as you emboss them. That's not what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do for this next one, this larger one, is I'm going to go on here. And this will probably be part of a card, or it'll be a background for something. And the great thing about working on one piece of paper with your clear embossing powder is you can pour it all back into the pot. Oh yeah, I like how that one's come out. I'm really into my botanicals at the moment. I've actually started a new sketch pad where I'm going to try and develop my sketching of botanicals. You can get this all done probably within about 15 minutes. So for this one, I've just got some fruit. Now I'm going to do a couple of banana ones. You will be mind blown, honestly, how brilliant these come out. Okay, we'll clear all those up in a minute, but I don't want to waste any of this. So that is all going now back into my pot. And I can just turn that lid over. I can turn that over now, blow off any excess that's on here. Might help if I didn't smudge my finger right across them. And now I can heat emboss them. And I'm going to be using my Resiners heat gun for this because it's got adjustable temperature. I can either have it hot or not quite as hot. And I'll link everything that I used today in the description below, so you can easily get hold of it. I'm going to warm the heat gun up first. Let that heat up for about 30 seconds. Okay, that should be hot enough now. Now I'm just taking a pair of tweezers, holding that there so I don't have to put my hand right next to it, and then embossing that card. I know it's not probably showing very well on here, but I can assure you it is like magic once you go to do this afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead, finish off all those, and then I'll show you what's next. I'm going to be showing you 2 ways you can finish these off, but there are lots of ways you could do this. Now, I've got these pixie bursts. I bought them a long time ago to try them in resin, and they just didn't work. And all I'm doing is putting a little bit over it like that. And now I'm going to saturate it with some water. Like that. Move that water around. Get my hairdryer and dry that off. And once it's dried off, you can really see the difference in it. But you don't have to just use that one colour of Pixie Burst. I've got several different colours, and it's available in several different colours. So that's one method of doing it. And the other method of doing it is with watercolour pens. So I wet it first, and I've got some watercolour pens here, and then brush that over like this. And you can get some really nice ombre effects from this as well. And then again, dry it off. So what I'll do is I'll finish them all off and I'll show you what they look like. Well, these are all dry now. I'm really pleased with how they've come out. I love the pear one. And all of them have come out really well. Very different looking, the ones with the watercolours as opposed to the pixie dust powders, and they work really well. And I found less is more with those, but they would all look brilliant, I think, as backgrounds. You could easily sell these for 25p each towards charity or something like that, just having them laying around. I think they make great for cards. But I also made some larger ones while I was at it, because this doesn't take long and these are always handy to have. That is the watercolour pens, and I think that has come out absolutely beautiful. I love that one. And then these ones are again with the pixie dust, and that one I used all three of the pixie dusts on that, so they came out really well as well. Such an easy way of using up your scrap card. You can turn them into so many different things. Backgrounds, you could have them in a frame, you could do so much with them. Really, really pretty, so simple. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out the video that I've got coming up next. It's another way of being able to make some brilliant marbling on paper using shaving foam. I'll link that at the end now. Click away. Take care, enjoy your crafting. Bye.